Era mi gente, I admire wrestling fans as a whole. I admire the small clusters that believe that their favorite wrestler will inevitably be the next Daniel Bryan. You see, because every wrestling fan hitches their wagon to someone and they believe that that person is going to turn out to be everyone's favorite. And there are moments where, as a wrestling fan, you don't like a popular superstar. Like I said, I am not a fan of Cody Rhodes. I don't like this dude inside of wrestling, outside of wrestling, but I can acknowledge that 90% of the world loves him. That children love to dress up like him. But that's a me issue. I don't like him. That doesn't mean that you don't have to like him. And I'm not trying to convince you not to like him. That's a slippery slope when you're trying to tell people, hey, you shouldn't like this guy because of A, B, and C. And the worst type of fan, honestly, is the type of fan that just spews lies. Because every wrestling fan thinks that their favorite wrestler has that SummerSlam Becky Lynch moment. You know the one I'm talking about, where Charlotte wins the triple threat match for the women's championship and the fans had had enough and they were like, that's it, we're done, we want Becky. And she turned into the man. What you need to realize is that Kofi, Becky, Mick Foley, Daniel Bryan, those are all special circumstances. A lot of people categorize CM Punk in that area. I don't, because the moment he debuted in ECW, fans, they hitched their wagon to him. He had a cult following. People followed him from Ring of Honor. But those other wrestlers that I talked about, the fans had had enough. Foley was mistreated. Bryan was mistreated. He had an embarrassing WrestleMania moment. Kofi Kingston was mistreated and thrown into a jobber role, and he had to rise the ranks until finally Mustafa Ali got hurt and he took his spot. Becky Lynch won the SmackDown Women's Championship and lost it like 30 days later in an embarrassing fashion. Fans had had enough. That's why they backed these stars. I promise you, there is not a single superstar in WWE that's getting any of this treatment. All of them are being treated fairly. So it's going to be very hard for people to back a superstar like a Daniel Bryan. So you can make as many videos as you want. You can tweet as much as you want and say that your star is being mistreated, but I promise you, there is nobody this is happening to in WWE right now. They are building stars of the future and they are propping up people. And if one of your favorites just happens to be Shawn Spears or Cedric Alexander and they're being used to help push the future, well, that's where they should have been all along. The cream always rises to the top.